No, but like some of the roads that we go on, like they get pretty like rocky, especially if it's like rainy. Just jump in the back of
In August? Who knows? I'm gonna wing it, man. I'm gonna wing it. Play it by ear and hope things go my way.
yeah.
But honestly, to tell you the truth, my ideal plan, even though I have my doubts that this will actually happen, but my ideal plan is to hopefully have enough money to get the 2 bowling balls that I'm wanting, and to have enough money to get the 3 ball bowling bag that I've got my eyes on. The reason of why I'm wanting a 3 bagger instead of getting a 2 is that way I've got enough room for when I get to the point where I'm ready to progress and have a 5th bowling ball. Even though I doubt that'll happen, say within the next, call it 3 to 5 years, still. I mean, I've got my 2 ball bowling bag, which I feel is all that I'm gonna need right now. Really, I've got my 2 ball bowling bag, and with getting the other 2 balls, you know, I'm gonna have room to grow.
Yeah, it's been,
I feel like now that I'm learning a bit about myself in general, I'm learning a bit about my bowling style, which, you know, has its advantages. Only that here's the one downside. If you don't have the money to go bowling, just figure it out. You start going stir crazy. Like me. You feel good, man. My parents, they started bowling, and you know, I grew up watching them, and then I got into bowling leagues as soon as I got old enough, which was around 5 or 6. I mean, when I started kindergarten is when I started bowling for a 6-pounder, and then I just went on and, you know, I'd stay around 12 years later, or yeah, around 12 to 14 years later, here I am. I'm a bowling enthusiast. I mean, I love every aspect about it. The challenge, the adversity, the different equipment. It's a blast. And then, I mean, another thing is, I just love how it's a sport that brings people together. Sure, the high-end equipment's a little bit on the pricey side, but you know, if you're really wanting to up your game and you know the ball that you're looking at's the right ball for your specific style, then you know it will work for you. I mean, me personally, how do I word this? I guess you could say, crap, I just lost my train of thought. Alright, ask me another question. One's not skill appropriate, so I'll wait to tell you at another time, but the main one is anything with an engine. I mean, dirt bikes, MotoGP, motorsports, anything that involves an engine and wheels, I dig it. Even aircraft, I mean, how certain aircraft can fly at high speeds, how it all works. It's just fascinating, man. Next one. Well, hey, where do we start? I mean, I make a persona of being simplest, but realistically, me and my life, we've been complex all the way through. I mean, originally, I'm from Boise, Idaho. That's where, you know, I love my home city. That, you know, when I'm meaning to looking at myself and I got the budget, that's where I'll go to Idaho. I'll look back on things that, you know, that are still around from when I was back there. Things that have changed. I'll look back on it all and reflect.
Confused because there's actually
Yes. I mean, I don't know. For me, there's just something about Boise that'll always be with me. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's basically, you know, in a way for me, it's like the same thing that would be for someone if they moved from a small town to a big city. They've still got that small hometown part of them that they'll always run back to. For me,
So that one's always nice. I like
that's me in Boise, Idaho. I mean, I'm starting to feel somewhat at home here in Oregon, but I mean, I feel like, you know, no matter what I do, it's just not going to feel like home like Boise did. I'm not going to have those, you know, the honest to God memories, the rough times where I got in trouble with the cops doing something stupid, you know, stuff like that. Like I said, I make a persona of being a simplest guy, but realistically, I'm complex as hell. Need any more? Shit. Oh, crap. Where do I go on from there? I feel like I just gave my backstory. I don't really do that often. Let's see. The way that I got into automotive, you know, my interest in, you know, cars and stuff like that. Well, to tell the truth, I wasn't always in love with cars and as, you know, much of a gossip guy about cars as I am now. At one point, for me, I mean, you all know how much I gossip and how much I drool over cars and all that, especially like really good ones, in my opinion. For me, back when I was like really young, times what I am now by like 15, and that's how I was about washers and dryers. I know it's one of the most awkward things to be fascinated about, but, and, you know, to tell you the truth, I still have that fascination. I love those machines. I don't know what it is about them, but I mean, I feel calm and relaxed around them. And I mean, how do I go on? I'm not used to spelling my whole life story.
It's interesting because
let's see. Do you need any more on the washers and dryers or part of them? Come on! Okay, what do you want to know? How do I go about this? Well, I guess the first thing that I can remember about, you know, when I really had my fascination was when I was really little and I used to tinker or go hang around my grandma and grandpa's old top-load washer. I mean, this was a thing that was made in like the freaking 80s. I mean, it was ready for the can. But I mean, I loved being around it for some odd reason. It fascinated me. And it seems like the more I've learned about them, the more I'm interested about them and wanting to learn how they work. Especially the newer ones that aren't just that dial and play. I mean, heck, there's some out there that are even on like the residential market, like for your everyday buyer that, I mean, they've got Bluetooth capability, they're touch screen. I mean, technology has grown so much in washers and dryers. And I think that one of the big advancements that, you know, really made, or at least one of the big ones that I think that is it within, say, the last, let's say, close to 2 decades, biggest advancements, I would have to say, would be the new low agitator. Instead of it being this thing that goes all the way up and down, it's something that just goes maybe half an inch up from the bottom of the tub of a top load washer. And I mean, not only that, but I mean, that's just with top loaders. That's not counting with front loaders, how they've been able to gain in size, how they've been able to create higher spin speeds so you're having lower dry times. I mean, I could go on and on about this for probably days about how much they've progressed. Good enough, or should I switch to a different topic? Sorry, man. Sorry, man. That's past history. That's ancient. Not to mention that ain't exactly a topic that I like to bring up that often. But like that is, it's something that's still haunting me. Something that I regret. It's just one of my demons that I fight. Along with other demons, which, you know, when it comes to, you know, demons, everyone has them. And I mean, some people can fake it and just bluff saying that they don't got demons and that they're okay, but at one point or another in someone's life, they're gonna fight some form of a demon or another. And me personally, you could say that I've fought my fair share. Alright. Well, let's see. I'd have to say, probably one of my finest bowling, trips was when I did my first tournament as, a youth in bowling, because I was on a league, and then a tournament came up, and it was known as the Pepsi tournament. It's one that was held every year for youth, and there could be a pretty decent sized scholarship if you won. I mean, I believe it was like, I'd say probably close to $50,000 for first place winner of scholarship money. And then another thing is, I mean, my first tournament, I made it past the prelims. I actually made it into the main tournament. This was when I was 8. And I mean, the thing is, I haven't made it anywhere near close since then. I had my high, and now I'm just trying to get back up there. But, the way that it went down is, there's a bowling alley out in Nampa, Idaho. Basically, that's where the prelims were being held for that region. And then,
I hope you have an awesome summer, and I'm about to see you again. So you're not going to get out on that.
to tell you the truth, there ain't much to spill.
Well,
I mean,
well, my fishing license got expired, so I can't fish anymore.
I got my new one already for this year. But I mean, basically, this is one area where I am simple. The way that I got into fishing was, it was something that, my grandpa took me out to do, and it was just something that I learned to appreciate. Heading out, enjoying the time with them, casting out, and letting it sit in the water and hopefully get a bite. I mean, I guess you could say I like fishing because it reminds me of the time that I spent with my grandpa.
Your grandpa?
Before he started going south. Like I said, that's one area that I actually am simple. Surprisingly. Next, car. I've got, or more like cars instead. Basically, I have, you could say, for a car enthusiast, as engrossed or, involved in the automotive world or who keeps tabs on it like I do as I am, you could say that I have a modest car or dream car list that I've honestly forgotten how long it is. Let's just say 20 cars is an understatement compared to how many dream cars I have. And the thing is it's spread out among different types of cars. I'm a fan of a bunch of JDM vehicles, which what JDM stands for is Japanese Domestic Market, which basically includes everything that was sold over in Japan that was domestic for them. I'm a fan of a bunch of classic domestic cars like Mopar, stuff like that. Not really too much of a fan of the modern exotics, but I do have a couple that I've got my eyes on. And then there are a couple of vintage classics that I'm a fan of. One of them happens to be the most valuable Ferrari in the world right now. That would be the 1966 Ferrari 250 GTO. The reason why that one is such a big name, it is because the car, basically, it's nothing but race car underneath that shell. Not to mention, that is a car that Ferrari took to Le Mans and won 4 years running for their class. So basically, at this point, when you're looking at, looking for a top-of-the-line vintage Ferrari, you can't get much, if any, better than that. Now, if you're looking at your Japanese tuner that you want to be a Ferrari killer or something like that, there are a couple that I have that I highly recommend. One of them was introduced into the US market. The other 3 generations were not. And let's just say that this car hasn't earned the nickname Godzilla for nothing. The R32, R33, R34, Skyline GTRs, let's just say with a couple minor tuning, you could easily outrun a modern day Ferrari or Lamborghini or anything else that comes off. Now, if you're looking at a R35 GTR, it didn't get the name Skyline, but it got the GTR badge, but it's still the predecessor of the R34. If you're looking at getting one of those, they're basically a poor man's Lamborghini. They can run with the Gallardo and all that. They've got 4-wheel drive. And they've got 4 less cylinders. Then again, they've got twin turbos, but still. I mean, me personally, if it had to, if I had to choose between a Ferrari or anything like that, or a GTR, give me a GTR. The reason why is better handling. You can actually drift with the darn thing. You turn TC off and it's an absolute beast. And the fact that the Ferrari, or not Ferrari, but the GTR is, to put it modestly, it is a brilliant car. Basically, it's your tuner's wet dream. It's like the holy grail when it comes to tuner vehicles that you want to go fast. Whether it's on a mountain road, on a track, or in a straight line. I mean, I've seen GTR R35s have horsepower rating of over 1,000 horsepower. And that's just for time attack. I mean, then again, something like that could be used for drag racing. I mean, I've seen horsepower go up towards 1,500 horse or more just on the. No, I don't think that's on the stock block or internals, but still. To put it honestly, the car can haul ass, even just stop. It's got a over 200 mile an hour top speed. The thing is, it's vicious. Want me to switch over to more domestic like Mopar and stuff like that? Hey, I'm wanting to switch over to the Mopar. Then on the other hand, you've got vehicles like Dodge, Chevy and all that where you've got those big, companies that are putting out some pretty hot vehicles right now. In fact, one vehicle that I'm pretty excited about coming out is the 2020 Chevy Corvette. They're basically, they're one of the things that the Corvette has always been called is a poor man's Ferrari. And to be honest, I think that's really starting to come into effect at this point. I mean, the car, it's a mid-engine V8, naturally aspirated, but at this point I don't think it'll be long before people start putting turbos and stuff like that on it when they get them. I mean, they're gonna make a car like that even faster. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a Corvette or a modern day Corvette that's got the price range, that's got the price, what the fuck was I gonna say? God.